Imagine, if you will, a world where the mid to late 2000s never ended and video games just stayed the same.
Forever?
Forever.
Oh. Would I still be excited?
You would still be playing the Xbox 360 or the PS3 or the Wii.
Both. I have 3.
I like it.
This is what we'll be talking about today. But first, welcome to the Save Continued podcast, where every week we get together to talk about video games related topics, have a good time, drink some beers with each other. Tom,
Sir.
how are you?
Good. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on what I've been playing. I'll tell you this. I've been playing NBA Playgrounds. Buy that shit.
Okay.
If you like NBA Street or NBA Jam, it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And you get the Admiral in there.
The Admiral.
We are from San Antonio, by the way, so...
One David Robinson.
Oh, I've met him. He's really nice. His wife is lovely.
Now, there's something that I want to play for you guys right quick.
Okay.
Hello there, people of YouTube. This is Oni Walker, and today I have for you Destroy All Humans 1. I'm just in the menu right now because the main menu is actually really loud. There's no option menu on the main menu. So, in a second here, I'm just gonna jump back to the main menu. We'll watch the opening cutscene, and then we'll be on our merry little way. But first of all, I'd love to thank my friends over at the Save Continue podcast for getting this game for me. Tom Shelby, Shanae Howard, Ryan, I can't remember his last name right now.
I thought he was reading this, and I was like, how can you read
You should
Shanae
check them
without
out.
Ryan?
They're a wonderful set of people who do a podcast with many different things they put out, mostly pertaining to video games. So if you're interested, I would definitely check it out. But it's all thanks to them that I'm able to bring this to you today. So I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to take us to the main menu, and I'm going to start a new game. We're going to watch cuts.
So that is Corey,
Number
also
one fan.
known on YouTube as Oni Walker. Now, Corey started his YouTube channel after asking us for a bit of advice, and it's, you know, I really like the guy. He is no longer going to be doing YouTube videos because he is having a child, his first child.
Oh my God! Congratulations, Corey.
Congrats, Corey.
He is, however, moving on to Twitch.
Nice.
So look out for Oni Walker on Twitch, and we really love you, Corey.
Thank you for that acknowledgement, Corey. And again, congratulations on your child, and good luck in your Twitch ventures.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
Of course.
You just played a shout out of our show on our show.
I don't care.
Yeah, we're
Want to know why? Because it's our show.
we're self-promoting. But again, thank you, Corey, for that, and you're awesome. But yeah, Shanae, how have you been?
I've been good. Just been working and went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I've been playing Legend of Zelda and Puppy Sat for my boyfriend's dog. And I had some mad puppy time this weekend.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I've been neglecting video games, but it's for a pupper, and I think that's okay.
Sure. Puppies are great.
We went on 2 nature walks.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been hanging out with the puppy.
Ryan,
What up?
you earlier today brought up to me a friend of yours who has been consuming our works, and I can't remember her name, but I want you to shout her out.
Yes, that is Katrina Cantu.
What's up, Katrina?
Hi, Katrina. Thank you.
She and I have been friends for about 15 years now.
Dang.
And yeah, she's been very supportive of the show. She's been telling me about how she listens to us while she works. And she's just an all-around awesome gal. So yeah, shout out to Katrina. She's great.
We love you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Been trying to get her to come on the show. Hopefully I can convince her soon.
Maybe we'll put a little pressure on her, you know?
Okay.
I'm
wait.
gonna be gone next week, and you have to have a female.
Are you just like always gonna be gone now?
Yeah, like
I told y'all before the show started, and no, this is gonna be the last
where
time.
where are you going?
I'm gonna work a marketing event in Dallas
Okay.
with our friend.
what-
Ooh la la.
What devs are in Dallas?
Quick,
Fuck,
tell me.
I'm not sure. We have a lot in Texas, but in Dallas specifically, I'm not sure.
Could you make a detour to Plano to see Gearbox and see what they're up to?
I hope
I'll
not.
do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Get some Borderlands 3 intel.
I'll sneak in
Confirmed.
Confirm. Yes.
Again.
Yes. It's happening. Maybe get some information on an Aliens Colonial Marines sequel.
there. I'm okay on that one.
Game of the year, 2000,
Chuck
2013. Chuck Suckham. Are we gonna get some Chuck? That's Duke Nukem, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, Tom said he wanted to talk to us about the 7th generation of video games.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I've been going back and playing a lot of 7th gen games. And I really think besides the 16-bit generation, I really feel like the 7th generation is probably my favorite. Like, I feel like there's just a tremendous amount of games
Right.
from the 360 and the PS3 and the Wii that I fucking love. And I just figured we'd talk about some of our favorites.
Oh
what
man.
what are some of your ride or die 360 games?
Catherine, A Kingdom for Keflings,
Catherine.
basically anything that Twisted Pixel made. I don't know, man.
Let's
There's
talk about
just,
let's talk about Catherine for a second.
Yeah.
Sinead, have you ever played Catherine?
Yes.
Okay.
I felt like with Catherine, I liked it a lot. I liked the cutscenes. The story was fun, but I did feel like once you got there, I feel like there was a very strong learning curve with Catherine. Like once you finally got the pattern and how it's supposed to work, the rest of the game was pretty easy. I mean, there's some parts I would do something wrong that I would mess up on, but like I feel like overall, once you get the pattern down, you're pretty good.
So you're faulting it for not being difficult.
No, I'm giving my opinion on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I,
Well,
is
I'll
that-
have
is
you
that what-
know.
It's not what this is supposed to be.
No,
No,
Oh.
it's not.
not at all.
No,
Oh shit.
no.
Catherine's phenomenal.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Ah.
Flawless.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mortal Kombat 9. True. Like, I don't really like using this phrase very often, but I feel like a true return to form.
I feel like it is, other than Mortal Kombat 2, the best game that they've made. And even since then, I don't feel like they've topped it. I don't feel like 10 was as good,
No.
or Injustice was as good.
No.
Mortal Kombat 9 is where it's at.
Because you think about the games that preceded it, with Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon.
I mean, even 4 was kind of weird.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
after they went like 3D, as far as because they went into the 3D fighter realm, and
I thought you were going to say they went into 3D realms.
but when they went 3D, it just wasn't. It didn't feel great.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the success, which is another great 7th gen game, comes from Street Fighter 4's inspiration.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4, fighting games were dying, and Street Fighter 4 really brought them back, and brought back 2D fighting games.
Right.
And AAA 2D fighting games.
I felt very much like when I was playing Mortal Kombat 9, like I was playing Mortal Kombat 2 again, and it just felt really good.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mortal Kombat 9 is really kind of 1, 2, and 3 mixed together.
Right.
In a really cool way. And also like doing story mode well in a fighting game.
Yeah, one of the first fighting games to do a actual story mode. And I just think it deserves a lot of praise.
Yeah.
Kratos on PS3 was kind of garbage, but he fit in well, I suppose.
He was still yelling.
Yeah. But
that's what matters.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 9.
What do you think, Shay?
Halo 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Not for me, but I respect it.
So were you? This is actually the first time that I can remember hearing you mention Halo.
I've done it before. I've talked about how I did Halo LAN parties.
True. Yes. So what did you think of Halo 3?
I think Halo 3 really brought about alright, obviously like with Halo 1 and 2 they had an established fan base.
Right.
Maybe it's because I am younger, but I just remember 3 just being like the most hyped.
Sure.
And like as far as like, and then like as like culturally going on, because it was after 3 that Red and Blue got made, right?
Red versus Blue.
Or Red versus Blue, yeah.
Well,
I feel like it was before
yeah,
that.
it was
What
like
was
Halo,
it?
Red vs. Blue came out of Halo 1.
I'm saying, but what did
Like-
the videos come out
Yeah.
Yeah.
for it? Oh,
Yeah,
Like
dude.
Red vs. Blue was going on when like
We were in high school.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean
I
again
mean, this is when Rooster Teeth was small fries, but yeah.
yeah, but we were
Like Red versus Blue kind of made Rooster Teeth.
yeah.
well, yeah. So I'm saying like I just thought I thought that it came out after.
Like
Halo
they
3.
like granted of course they as making those videos they were using the models of the then current game. Like,
But
so
fully endorsed by Microsoft, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the like you were talking about how Halo 3 was like really hyped, and I agree because at the time the tagline of Halo 3 was "Finish the fight." So it was kind of implied that like
This is it.
this is the end of Halo.
Yeah. Should have been.
they were.
yeah, definitely.
That was incorrect.
Yeah.
What it sold well, let's make some more.
Yeah.
But-
and that's not to say that it was a bad game by any means, but it was definitely the I don't want to say the apex of that series because I think Halo 2 definitely was that.
I mean, I know some people that fucking adore Halo 3.
Yeah. And Halo 3 by no means is a bad game, but I think that Halo 2 was definitely it for me. One game that really sticks out to me because the moment you brought up 7th Gen, Tom,
Yeah.
the game that immediately came to mind for me was Max Payne 3.
Yeah, you were really into that game, and weird. Like, I really love Remedy, but I love Remedy solely for Alan Wake,
Yeah.
which is another 7th Gen game. I never got into Max Payne on PS2. I still haven't played Quantum Break, even though I intend to. But that was when that IP changed hands and went to Rockstar.
Yeah.
And I remember you bringing that over when it first came out and showing me like some club scene
Yeah.
where there's like crazy firefight in a nightclub, and it looked pretty fucking bad.
So, the first two Max Payne games were really, they leaned very heavily on the classic film noir conventions. Like you have the femme fatale.
Yeah.
You have the flawed hero with his constant internal dialogue.
Mhm.
But I liked Max.
Looked like a grittier Carson Daly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did actually.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Welcome to TRL.
Yeah.
Also, beautiful Katamari.
Oh, well, yeah, fuck yeah. But Ryan, finish your Max
Sorry.
Paynes.
It's okay. What I liked about Max Payne 3 is that in the first two Max Payne games, the whole storyline and everything around it was just bizarre and like kind of mind trippy.
Mm-hmm.
And Max Payne 3 made it more grounded and realistic, and the action was just so much more visceral and bless you.
It was quite visceral. It's
Yeah.
a good word for it.
Yeah, and it was still a noir story,
Yeah.
but a much more believable one.
Yeah.
And I like stories about the flawed hero. I have something for old guy action heroes and stuff like that. And,
Well, yeah. I mean, we all love like Death Wish and stuff like that.
yeah, and the whole time like Max is like always just like, yeah, I'm kind of a piece of shit, but I got shit that I need to do, so.
Yeah.
This is my shot at redemption.
Well, it's like The Last of Us, which is another great last gen game. Like Joel says, like I've done some bad things, or Tess at some point is like, yeah, we've done some bad things. I'm like, yeah, it's always cool to get that angle. Shanae, beautiful Katamari, Xbox 360 exclusive.
Yes.
So,
Beautiful Katamari is definitely the Katamari I've played the most.
Okay, well, I'm going to see your beautiful Katamari, and I'm going to raise you one Katamari Forever, PS3 exclusive.
okay.
Well,
What
let-
sets these games apart?
Katamari Forever was the first Katamari to where I don't know that it's cel shaded, but sure as fuck looks cel shaded.
Yeah.
And Katamari from the beginnings never had like the most stunning visuals. Always kind of very
I think that was-
plain looking visuals.
I think it was kind of intentional too.
But with
it's-
Katamari Forever,
but they're cute and it's
Yeah.
nice.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we could go on for fucking hours. Journey.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Castle Crashers.
Now, Castle Crashers is I love Castle Crashers because it was really kind of, I don't want to say a resurgence because it didn't really take off after that, but
No, it did take off after
no,
that.
No, what I'm saying, you don't even know what I'm saying.
You're talking about the beat 'em up genre.
No, what I'm about to say is the whole. Who was it that made the shit? I'm blanking on it. Alien Hominid,
Same company.
right?
Yeah.
And it really, I think Alien Hominid had its own fame just from being on the internet and everything, and that's what helped it sell when it came to PS2 and everything.
Yeah.
But I feel that Castle Crashers is really something that really put the spotlight on that dev when they came out with that game.
Behemoth?
Behemoth, yes,
Right?
yes,
Yeah.
and fantastic game.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Well, going off of that, and I mean, Behemoth technically is not, well, I don't know if they are now, but technically were not indie. The 7th gen is really what brought indies to the forefront.
Sure.
With games like Limbo and Braid and all that. I think that these smaller games coming out now owe a lot to things like Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
And that even goes for games like Journey, even though it's not an indie game. It's a second-party Sony exclusive, right? Genova Chen, that game company, they owe their careers to that generation.
Right.
Demon Souls started in that generation.
Demon Souls.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, I don't know. Like, did you ever actually get to play Demon Souls?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not good at it.
So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, there's like,
Not so hot.
I like the games. I like the visuals. I like the patience it takes.
Yeah.
I like watching people play it, and I appreciate it. But like, I can't be that patient and enjoy myself.
How did you I guess what exposed you to Demon Souls?
So I really liked Ninja Gaiden and
Fuck yes.
Ninja Gaiden 2. And so one of my coworkers at the time was like, "Oh, you should try," like, cuz me and him had talked about Ninja Gaiden 2, and we're talking just talking about just like how to beat this one thing, and like how if you're to stand anywhere besides like one place, like this attack's gonna hit you.
Right.
And like me and him had just had like multiple conversations how dumb that was.
But-
And like games like that, but like also how much we loved it and like figuring it out.
Right.
So he's like, "Oh, you should try Demon Souls out. It's harder than Ninja Gaiden,
Yeah.
but with a medieval feel, you'll love it."
Right.
So I tried it. I liked everything about it besides the fact that like I spent multiple hours and I wasn't getting better.
Yeah.
And I just think it's awesome that you brought up Ninja Gaiden, because I'm assuming you're talking about the reboot Gaiden series.
Not like Sigma.
Right, because like the original Ninja Gaiden was like NES
Right.
Yes.
and arcade.
Right.
But
Yeah,
you're talking
I
about the reboot series, and a lot of people compare the Soul series to that reboot series,
Right.
which is interesting.
I played the original one on the NES, and then I played Ninja Gaiden 2 on the 360.
Yeah.
My discovery of Demon Souls was I just happened to be shopping for video games and I saw the cover. And
It's a cool cover.
Yeah.
It's a dope ass cover.
And
What is this about?
I was like, what is this? And then I saw, yeah, really hard. I'm gonna die a lot, huh? And I bought it, and I was hooked on the Soul series from there.
Ratchet and Clank Future Series, like while 3D platformers 3D platformers began to die with this generation,
Right.
and Insomniac did a lot to try to keep it going.
Yeah.
And they still do. They still do a lot to keep it going, because if you even look at like Sunset Overdrive now, or the Ratchet and Clank reboot, or even Spider-Man coming, like still platformers.
Yeah.
I mean, and adventure games have been popular for a long time, but like, I mean, I feel like more Sony than 360. Definitely not more than Wii.
You talking like point and click adventure games?
Or just like adventuring platforming games, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Uncharted, Infamous,
Oh fuck yeah, Infamous, Uncharted, yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
can't
those-
not name those series along with Uncharted, The Last of Us. Like you have to drop those.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all of that is like
Phenomenal.
Yeah, they're all adventure stories, and like
And I think interesting with Naughty Dog specifically, like the difference. The 7th generation was a long generation, you know. And you look at Uncharted 1 compared to The Last of Us, released on the same console, like it's night and day.
Right.
How much they improved that with the fucking cell processor,
Sure.
no less, you know.
And I.
oh, speaking of cells, looked it up. Katamari Forever. You can do the regular graphics, or you can do cell shaded, wood filtered, or whatever.
Yeah,
Like you have the filters, so you
That's
can't do
neat.
it cell shaded.
but like default is that cell shaded look.
It just said that you could put the filter on it, so it didn't make it sound like it was default.
It is default. I'm telling you, it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't remember a second ago.
No, I didn't know that the technique that they were using was cell shaded.
Mm.
I do know that is the visual default of the game.
The Devil May Cry reboot.
DMC, you're one of the few people that speaks highly of that series.
Yeah.
Or of that game, excuse me.
Well,
I like Devil May Cry.
DMC though.
yeah, DMC.
Oh, DMC.
So
Ooh.
I remember prior to it coming out, everyone was like, "Man, Dante looks dumb." Blah 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 blah. And I was like,
I mean, yeah, Dante looks dumb, but Dante always looked dumb.
"Yeah, right."
You
he
know?
never looked like
Yeah.
he never didn't look ridiculous.
I don't know.
I think
Extra
maybe
Life.
I think that, like maybe there had been enough fan art after the last Devil May Cry.
And people were
and
set on that Dante for sure.
And like, I'm just saying, like all like all the erotic fan fiction, all the fan art, all the Rule 34s, it just altered people's opinion of what Dante looked like.
Yeah, but no, like I remember watching
always a
you
goofy
play
bastard.
DMC during Extra Life last year, and there was a portion that you couldn't beat, and you handed it to me, and I was like, DMC for me, control wise, gameplay wise, feels more natural than Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
like I picked it up and beat that no problem.
Yeah.
You know, like it was great.
so because I remember in the previous generations Devil May Cry games, a lot of switching between weapons. Usually, it always involved you going to a menu screen and switching those weapons out. Whereas each of Dante's weapons in DMC was mapped to a specific button, so you could like just seamlessly transition between weapons like mid combo, and it just felt really fluid. It felt good. Didn't care much for the industrial metal that game is inundated with, but at the same time, the game felt good, and it played very very
I thought
well.
it felt great. Yeah.
I liked it. I beat it. I checked it out when I worked at GameStop, and I just beat it within a couple days.
Yeah.
It was fun. I didn't feel like I wasted any time. I felt like I just got a good like adventure over.
Yeah.
Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Fantastic game.
Underrated, man. Well, not underrated. People appreciate it, right? Like people that have played it really like that game. It didn't set the world on fire. It didn't sell crazy, you know.
But
extremely good one and done, you know.
In like rebuying or reselling, it did well.
Well,
It kept its
you
dollar
look
amount.
at you look at things like The Last of Us and like Enslaved was significantly before that game, you know, and its take on the future was interesting. It's post-apocalyptic take where like things are overgrown,
Right.
like they would be,
Right.
instead of just like desert and fucking fog. Like it was really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of post-apocalyptic, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Fallout 3.
Oh yeah,
Now that
Fallout 3, Skyrim, both of them. Yeah.
So Fallout 3 is
Mass Effect.
Fallout 3 is significant to me because of what a shift that was from the first two games.
Well, you're one of the few people that was into Fallout before Fallout 3.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
remember playing Fallout 2 on the PC.
Yeah, and so I mean that like kind of bringing the Elder Scrolls, open world adventure formula to the Fallout universe was actually just a really cool experience.
Yeah.
And just the way that it felt so natural, it was kind of like, seeing one of my favorite games, or rather seeing one of my favorite franchises, reimagined that way, was just a really cool feeling to have.
Yeah.
And the way that they opened that world up and gave you so much shit to do. Like, you could play that game for hundreds of hours and not finish the main storyline. Now, there was a lot of side shit to do in the first 2 Fallout games, but
Not to that extent.
right.
Nowhere near that extent.
Yeah, so what they did with those games, and with the accompanying DLC
Yeah.
that came out for it.
Dude, Operation Anchorage? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Just a great game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skyrim also.
Yeah, I never got into Skyrim. It's just not really for me. Which is funny because 7th generation was when I first got into like high fantasy video games.
Sure.
I'd played, Final Fantasy and all that before that, but like this is when I was doing like Dragon's Dogma and Kingdoms of Amalur and Fable and all that, like with 7th gen.
Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur is one of those things that it's bittersweet for me because it's just a fantastic game, and I'm glad that I got to play it, and I'm glad that I can revisit that game whenever I want to.
Yeah.
But I'm also really sad that I'm not going to see another one.
You might. Don't say never.
Well,
It's like this week people were talking about, oh, Hitman's going away. Well, guess what? Guess who retains that IP? Not Square.
yeah.
So whoever picks up that dev can make a Hitman if they want to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, I can't say for sure that I won't see another Kingdoms of Amalur, but I'm not expecting to see it anytime soon.
Yeah.
But that was a game that, as far as high fantasy is concerned, that was a game that you and I could both agree on.
Yeah. For sure.
Well,
we both agree on Dragon's Dogma as well. I was just terrible at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy game to get good at.
Help me, master.
Yeah. Shanae, did you ever play Dragon's Dogma?
Not really. Not really. I mean,
Japanese Western RPG.
Yeah, imagine what that would be like.
I mean,
Well, Souls is kind of what that's like, but
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I checked it out to play it and tried playing a little bit of it and just never really got into it. And I've seen other people play it. I just never gotten into it myself.
Did you know that you could crawl on just about anything?
Yeah.
I
And
did
it's
not know
hilarious.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the key features in that game is you create what is known as a pawn, and he's essentially your henchman, and he just follows you wherever you go, and he does whatever you tell him to, and he'll fight and die on your behalf, right? And one of the things,
Online, other players can use other people's pawns.
yeah. So Tom had
Shut
created a
up.
pawn who was just utterly worthless.
And it went into Ryan's game.
Yeah, I went into I saw that. So there's an area where you can go and like just bring other people's pawns into your game. So I was like, oh, that's Tom's pawn, because I recognized his gamer tag.
I bet it's pretty good.
I bet he's pretty good. And I was like, man, his level is kind of low, but maybe we'll change that. Like, first fight we get into,
Help me, master.
he's just like I turn around and he's just like crawling on the ground because he immediately got destroyed.
I was really bad at that
And
game.
he's like, help me, master.
I
And
liked
was
it a lot, but I was bad at it.
useless. But the game itself, it is pretty difficult, but just very solid gameplay.
2 games I want to mention. One, you and I talked many times about the first time we saw Gears of War 1.
Yeah.
And like, to me, that was the first game that validated the 7th generation of consoles.
Yeah.
Because I'd not seen a game look that good before.
Yeah.
That and Resistance: Fall of Man.
Hmm.
And on Check It Out recently, I'm trying to do games that are not aging well that I feel like people should play soon. And Resistance: Fall of Man is definitely one of them. I think visually it's fine, still holds up okay, but control-wise, like, we don't control shooters that way anymore. Even when it came out, we kind of didn't control shooters
Like
that way anymore.
click the right stick to aim down
yeah,
sights.
yeah, but both fantastic games.
Yeah. Shanae, I feel like you played a lot of Wii.
Shit, I played a lot of Wii too.
All right. So you can say if I'm just speaking bullshit or gibberish, that's fine. So I feel like the Wii, obviously it won that generation war.
No contest, yeah.
Yeah, no contest. I feel like the Wii was like this weird phenomenon that like everybody felt like, oh, I can be a gamer with this. No matter what their intention was. Like, well, it's like, oh, I can get my grandma to like be more active and play video games and she'll like that. Or like, oh, I'll like get it for my parents. They can Netflix and then the kids can play with it or something. And then I think that there was
Not
just
nice
like,
to you though.
Yeah.
You can Netflix, just not in HD.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people bought that system, not obviously the majority, but I feel like a lot of people bought that system and then quickly realized that video game consoles are just not for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I was,
Or received that
one
system
of
as a
the
gift.
one of the things that I had always noticed was people that I knew didn't even play video games. I would always
Had a
see a
Wii.
Wii in their house.
But I think that's a phenomenal thing. Like, I still know old people that don't play games that still have their Wii.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think Wii was fantastic. There's problems, sure. There's a lot of problems with it, but
There's also some really good games with that.
yeah, there's some I mean,
That I feel like
Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 were gorgeous on a console that visually couldn't compete with the others. You know, not being HD, it still looked just as good, held up to some of the 360 games and PS3 games.
Pandora's Tower, Xenoblade Chronicles,
Xenoblade, yeah.
Mad World.
People like to shit on Skyward Sword. I really love Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword. I liked Skyward Sword too. I'm trying to think. That aren't like just Mario or like.
There's plenty. A Boy and His Blob was originally exclusive to the Wii. Mario Kart Wii was fan-fucking-tastic.
It was.
Rayman
Brawl-
Raving Rabbids.
It was alright.
Rabbids were they were fun party games. Like, they were better than what Mario Party was doing at the time. You know, Brawl, a lot of people were like, well, you know, Melee was better. And yeah, Melee's better, but Brawl was fucking bad, man. That was a good game. Yeah, Wii. I mean, Nintendo, right? Anything Nintendo touches, what, Prime 3, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything. Wii U did not do well.
Wii U did not do well, but you cannot deny that the Nintendo published games and developed games on that console, like, they're pretty fucking good, you know?
So.
What was that? There was a fighting game that a lot of people liked on that system.
Shit, what
I'll
was
tell you
that?
one. Tatsunoko versus Capcom
That's exactly what I'm
was
thinking about.
exclusive to the fucking Wii.
Yeah. You ever play
No. I had a Wii and I got rid of it like 6 months later, and you know, I wanted that game so bad. I'm like, why? Why is that a Wii exclusive? You know. But Capcom Fighters, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit! I don't know why I didn't mention this a few moments ago, but fucking MotorStorm.
Yeah, so sad to see that studio close. MotorStorm was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse was bundled like when PlayStation, when Sony like started trying to really push 3D, and they were selling their PlayStation TVs with 3D and all that.
Yeah.
MotorStorm was the game you got with that shit.
Yeah.
And it's so good, so good.
I feel like prior to the PS3's launch, MotorStorm was kind of the game that sold me on that.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Seeing that game, because there was a whole I remember there was this whole like compilation trailer thing where they were showing all the games that they were going to come out with.
Yeah.
Within the launch window, and I saw MotorStorm. I was like, "Holy shit, that looks rad!"
Yeah, I mean, still fun,
Yeah.
fun, you know.
And I just arcade racers, you know, you can't really beat them, and I feel as if a lot of people haven't done them as well as MotorStorm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Agreed.
Yeah. Let's see, what's another one? I want to say, shit. Now I'm blanking on it.
Okay, well, real quick, I know a lot of people don't like this, but I know you and I like it. Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, hell yes, dude.
I enjoyed Final Fantasy 13
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah. What was the problem that everyone had with that?
Too linear, blah, 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 blah,
Ah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Too many dumb cosplays.
There's some dope-ass cosplays from that game.
I know, but there's also a lot of really bad ones.
Yeah, well,
There's
I
some-
liked it.
There's some bad.
I didn't
bad
play 13
costumes.
too. I didn't play Lightning Returns, but the original 13 I liked quite a bit.
Yeah, fighting system was legit.
I feel
When
like if I didn't mention DJ Hero, I'd regret it.
Yeah.
I fucking love DJ Hero.
Yeah, DJ Hero was pretty great.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I still have both of them.
yeah, you bought them both in the same day for a pretty good
Yeah.
deal.
Well, I had to have Game Over, our local retro game store. Like, they had to let me know when DJ Hero was coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, also one of the I remember the thing about the launch of the 360, and kind of a lot of garbage games came out of that.
Cameo.
Yeah, Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh God, I
Oh.
bought that shit.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
bought
what-
that shit.
of course you did. Everybody did.
What was Lost something?
Lost Planet. I love
Lost
Lost
Planet was pretty great.
I didn't play 2 or 3, but Lost Planet 1 I fucking love.
Yeah. The hero
The
Wayne.
only one I played was 2, and it was garbage.
Or are you thinking of Lost Odyssey?
No, I
Lost
know.
Odyssey
I
is
like. I
actually
know.
pretty good,
I know
too.
Lost
Okay.
Odyssey. Yeah.
Yeah, Lost Planet 1, man. Fuck. I think it was 3 that they brought in Marcus Phoenix and Dom.
Uh-oh.
One of them they brought in the Gears of War guys.
Ah, I didn't play that one.
Yeah.
Fucking Condemned.
Holy shit, Condemned, man.
Condemned scared
Talk
the-
about Outlast before Outlast was a thing.
Right.
You know? Like, yeah, there's guns, but you're barely using them.
Sure.
What's
You're lucky if you have a pipe.
Yeah.
is Condemned with the little girl Alicia?
No.
No.
You're thinking of-
You're thinking Alma with Fear.
Yeah.
Fear.
Alma.
Okay, Condemned was.
Yeah.
Well, Condemned and Fear both had dark covers. That's why.
Condemned had the eyeball cover.
Yeah, but the door was a dark, like reddish
Yeah.
color, and it
Yeah.
was like all dark sepia.
And
for
like you'd
Fear.
have like a pistol, right? But like there's nothing telling you how many rounds you had. You had to like take out your clip and count your bullets.
Yeah.
And like you never have a lot of
And
bullets.
you play that game with fucking. Okay, so I
You
remember.
need to,
Fucking
like,
crackheads running
You
around.
need to do like the archer like thing. where
So
you just know how many is left.
I remember I was living with somebody when that game came out, and they had a surround sound system hooked up, and I remember I was at home by myself, like playing that game,
Oh,
and
man. I can imagine you getting freaked.
yeah, because like I just fucking hear the fucking dudes like skittering
Yeah.
around the apartment. Yeah, yeah, and I was like, and I remember like very regularly like,
Yeah.
you know, and
And that game is still good. Like
Yeah.
that game holds up. It's not.
Yeah.
The visuals still don't look bad. The gameplay's still pretty good.
yeah,
Never played Condemned 2.
yeah. Condemned 2 gets kind of dumb at the end, but still pretty good.
Back on Wii, Dead Space Extraction was good on the Wii.
Never played it.
Dead Space Extraction was so good.
It's
Fuck
the
yeah.
on-rail
Good.
shooter, right?
Yes.
So good.
But it's like not like just an on-rail shooter, right? Because like House of the Dead or whatever, Time Crisis, like you're shooting and that's literally all you're doing.
Yeah.
Extraction had puzzles. It had like tools that you had to use on certain objects. Like it
And
was
s-
fantastic.
And still had a bit of the spooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, add some spooks for you.
Yeah.
Far Cry 3.
You love it.
I fucking love Far Cry 3.
All right,
man.
well, Just Cause 2, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just Cause 1 was meh.
No, Just Cause 1 was fucking garbage, but
Meh.
Just Cause 2 was.
I mean, you say Far Cry 3. I say Far Cry 2. Like I think underrated.
Far Cry 2 was actually really fun.
I really liked it.
I like it. Like people give it a lot of shit for the whole malaria thing.
Well, there's a
but-
lot of dumb things in Far
Well,
Cry
even
2.
Far Cry 3 has some like dumb shit in it.
But it's still like extremely fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Those fucking Komodo dragons.
oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
The-
Komodo dragons.
Because they always sneak up on you, and you turn around, and they're biting you in your goddamn arm, and it's fucking ridiculous.
And then they run so fast after you.
Yeah.
A game that you've recently shown interest in playing, Ryan, Nino Kuni.
Yeah.
Nino Kuni was so fun.
So fucking good.
So I've overly simplified the premise of that game because I'm just, from what I understand, it's about being a good boy and helping your mom.
yes.
I mean, on a very base level, yes.
Yes.
But it's just, I'm gonna let you borrow it soon. Kayla has it. I'll get it back from her. We need to get you a PS3.
I don't want. Oh no, I give it to my nephews. I love you,
know,
boys.
It's just weird. Like, there's a lot of companies who get into games or partner with game companies that you wouldn't expect to. And like Level 5, even though most of their games are high quality and typically anime, to have Studio Ghibli like co-make a game with you is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And
I mean, granted, it
a
wasn't
traditional
like, it
RPG,
wasn't like,
no less.
I know it wasn't like Miyazaki.
It wasn't Miyazaki. It's still Studio Ghibli, which still says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean they.
I mean, Grave of the Fireflies wasn't Miyazaki. It was still fucking awesome.
What is that?
Amazing.
You know?
Is that a movie? or
Yeah,
something?
it's like the saddest movie ever.
Okay.
I know it's on my. I'm putting it on the list of the animes.
I'm saying there's a
gonna watch
lot
that.
there's a lot of like extremely praised anime from Studio Ghibli that Miyazaki was not involved in at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
they did do help. They did like help out on it, but I mean, it's not like they made it, which is like what a lot of people were like selling it as.
No, I mean it's like they helped with concept art and things of that nature,
Yes.
which goes a long way with a game
Oh,
like that.
for sure. And like it looks beautiful, and I love the game, and it's super fun, and it has a Studio Ghibli feel, like coming of age tale.
Yeah.
Um,
Oddly enough, Breath of the Wild kind of feels that way, even though they had nothing to do with it.
I think it's the colors.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
I'm not understanding any of these references here.
Breath of the Wild is a Zelda game. A lot of people like it.
Okay. I don't play video games.
Not of the 7th generation.
Mass Effect, obviously.
Oh yeah. So
One of my biggest regrets, never playing Mass Effect.
so the Mass Effect was, I think, one of those. It was one of those really cool power fantasy experiences.
Oh, for sure.
Where it's it's obviously very similar in concept to Coder, right? You make your own character and then you get to be the Jedi or whatever, right? Or Force user, I should say. Where
Oh, KOTOR.
whatever.
Got it.
I know
So
what you meant.
yeah,
I did not.
he knew what he.
I
what I
didn't.
meant. Whatever. So
Quit being obtuse, Tommy.
but the thing about when they did it with Star Wars, it was, while Star Wars is this very expansive universe, right? It felt in comparison to Mass Effect, it felt smaller in scale.
Yeah.
And they kind of blew out that concept like 1,000 times bigger with Mass Effect, and they kept doing things to try to build on that.
Yeah.
They kind of peaked with Mass Effect 2,
Obviously.
which was a really great game. But I think that Mass Effect is definitely one of those quintessential 7th gen experiences.
Well, it's funny. There's a lot of people gave me shit for talking about. Well, not a lot of people. A few people gave me shit for talking about Mass Effect Andromeda not being developed by the same team. And people are like, "No, it's still BioWare." Yeah, it's still BioWare. It's
Sure.
BioWare Montreal. It's not the same people. Like,
Yeah.
it is 0 of the same people.
Yeah.
You know.
I think their PR person's the same.
Well, yeah, that's
Likely.
So
Very
then
likely,
it's
yeah.
the same team, right?
Yeah, basically.
BioWare has several teams.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I really because we talked about we talk about what the 7th gen did, for indie development and the games that came out of that. And definitely one of my favorite experiences, for all its flaws, was definitely State of Decay.
Yeah, you really love State of Decay. I've never played it. I've watched you play a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks interesting. Hopefully that'll help Microsoft out with their exclusives this year.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I play a lot of Dungeon Defender.
Which one is that?
Oh, yeah. I never played it, but Sarah and Eric are really into that.
Which one is
Me and
that?
Berta played it.
It's
for a
like
long
the
time.
third person, like it's almost like a shooter, but it's not a shooter.
You're defending a dungeon.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's kind of tower defense. Sort of.
I feel like I might have played it, but I might not have. I don't
The
know.
second one
Actually-
came out this generation, and people don't like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Man, because we talk about how great the 7th. What?
Batman.
Oh, fuck!
Shit!
How did we
Batman.
forget?
Batman?
What an incredible way to do a licensed game right.
Yeah. And especially considering how often people talk about how difficult it is to do the superhero game.
Arkham Asylum feels like the sequel to the animated series.
Yeah, it does for sure.
You know.
I wouldn't go.
We talked about.
Are you kidding? Actors with the same lore is extreme.
yeah.
Like that's the closest thing that the lore gets to.
Yeah, no,
You
I was
know.
like, no, so I was like, no, wait, okay.
I mean, not
Thinking about it.
visually. No, it's not. And yeah, obviously it's a bit darker,
And
but like,
storyline and
but storyline connects to the animated series more than it does any of the comics. The actors are largely the same.
oh, Mark Hamill.
You still got your Kevin Conroy in there.
You know, it's fantastic, and like, the first one's the only one I've played.
Like people.
Extremely good way to do a 3D Metroidvania game.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know.
have you any of you listened to Kevin Smith's Fat Man
Fat Man on
with
Batman.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not really a Kevin Smith.
I have heard it a
fan,
time or two.
but
I'm not. It's hit or miss personality wise.
yeah.
But I like a lot of some of the guests he gets, and I really appreciate them. Like the Mark Hamill one. I listened to the Kevin Conroy one. There might have been more since then. I haven't listened in like a couple years. But while Kevin Conroy was on a show, Kevin Smith had like Kevin say something like nice, like Kevin, like you're doing well or something like that, and he's like, he's like this. I'm gonna take that bit and just like play it, like for like when I wake up in the morning. I just have Batman telling me like nice stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like, if I ever was around Kevin Conroy, that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah,
is
sure.
get him to say my name and say something nice about me so I can listen to Batman compliment me.
Yeah, but Batman doesn't say nice things. But
Well,
the
not normally, but he would for me.
okay, a lot of people talk shit about Arkham Origins, and I as someone who like played that game start to finish, I couldn't understand why.
I never played it. I hear very good things about it. I hear the Deathstroke fight is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is actually pretty great. I don't know. I honestly feel like I thoroughly enjoyed every Arkham game. Arkham City was definitely,
The peak.
yeah. And Arkham Knight and I don't know, it's not as good. But Arkham City was definitely like super awesome, and having an open world Batman game just felt really cool.
So I liked Arkham Asylum a lot because I felt like it just gave like just a fun view in a small spectrum of all these different Batman villains, and then also have like the Joker be the main like antagonist and be like an introduction to this version of Arkham. Like have it all condensed, give this good like chunk of a story, and let's go from there. And that's what I felt like they did. And I really, really enjoyed the difference in gameplay between 1 and 2. I love 1. Like, people who say, like, Arkham Asylum's annoying or, like, boring or whatever, fuck you. It's great.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah, who says that?
I've had quite a few people tell me that.
I
Like,
just
the
think, like-
1's not that good. It's all about City.
Yeah.
And City was great because I played it and you get to understand some more of the psychology of the other Batman villains. And I love Hush. I think Zaz is so interesting where like a lot of writers choose to put him be. I like seeing all this dimension in it, and it felt so organic
I don't know.
to have all the side quests be like all of this is happening at once.
Yeah.
Which is not normally how it goes.
My big thing with Arkham Asylum was like, I knew it was coming out, and I didn't know anything about Rocksteady at the time. I knew about Arkham Asylum, the graphic novel, and I was like, how are they going to make that into a video game? And like, it's not Arkham Asylum, the graphic novel at all.
No.
But what it was a fantastic Metroidvania.
Yeah, so
And I was just like, that's
one of the
fucking
cool
awesome.
things about it is I think that every Batman game prior to the Arkham series focused a lot on just beating up dudes, whereas the Arkham games let you do detective stuff too.
Let you be Batman.
Yeah, and detective mode was so awesome at the time. Now I feel like every game does detective mode, but like, at the time it was very novel. for
Like
sure.
I really liked in Arkham City where Batman's like, all right, I'm gonna set up a crime scene, and you're doing all this forensic shit, and it's
I
really
like
cool.
the phone calls and like
Yeah.
trying to, and I like all like the little Riddler trophies. I just thought it was so good because if you got interest, like I felt like with City, if you got interested in doing one of the side quests for one of the other villains, or like just finding out all like the Enigma stuff or whatever, like you can just go delve into the villain that you want and like find
Sure.
out more. And like I think anything that's gonna turn people on to like reading comics or getting into expanded universe and like really enjoying it, I think is great.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
really felt like definitely Arkham City did that better than any superhero video game that comes to mind at the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like the 7th generation is the reason that so many people praise Platinum,
Sure.
and for good reason. Bayonetta was cool.
Bayonetta's
Vanquish
great.
is fucking badass.
Vanquish is badass. Sinead, did you play Vanquish?
Very
Sliding and
little.
shooting.
Very little.
Man, that's a really cool game.
And I really think that's the generation that really made people fans of that studio.
Yeah. I think the 7 Gen really actually, for me, really put light on Grasshopper Manufacture.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they definitely had more then. But
Yeah,
like,
I mean, because
you know,
prior gen, I had Killer 7, but that was really the only time where that was like the only game that I can recall from that generation. But you know, the gen that we're talking about, I mean, I had Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadow of the Damned, Killer's Dead. Like, I had all these really cool, like, mind-bending weird games.
No More Heroes was them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those were both Wii exclusives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it eventually came to PS3.
Okay.
And yeah, like even like Liberation Maiden, even though it wasn't a console game, came out during that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fable
2, like during what was probably the most serious relationship of my life, Fable 2 was like one of the things we could agree on.
Sure.
Like we fucking played that game together, even though it wasn't multiplayer.
Right.
And
but but those single player experiences that you can enjoy with someone
well,
else.
like we each had our own save.
Right.
But like every night, I'd watch her play or she'd watch me play, and we were all about some fucking Fable 2, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll always remember that.
Man.
Battlefield 3.
Yeah, you were big into Battlefield for a bit.
Yeah. And after 3, I guess I just never really got back into it. But man, Battlefield 3 was my shit for a really long time.
Some crazy shit in that game.
Yeah. You know, I remember because I was also thinking a moment ago about the first Modern Warfare, and you know, for me what that meant was the definition of a first-person shooter, and I think that changed the definition for a lot of people, with a lot of the specifically the multiplayer conventions that they set forth in that game. But yeah, Battlefield 3 was definitely something that I was just heavily into for just years.
Yeah.
You know, just the huge maps, you know, the number of people that, you know, are playing on at the same time, like the vehicles and, you know, all the objective-based maps and the environmental destruction and all that stuff. Like the idea that if there's a guy that is camping in a building, you just blow the building up.
Yeah.
And that was just really cool to me. Speaking of blowing buildings up, fucking Red Faction Guerrilla.
Dude, I've been playing that recently.
Yeah.
Split Second. Also blowing
yeah,
shit
Split
up.
Second too. Like, yeah, I've been playing Red Faction Guerrilla recently, and so good.
Yeah.
Like, still so good.
Yeah.
Split Second. Not enough people talk about Split Second, and Shanae brings it up from time to time. Such a phenomenal game, man.
Yeah, because didn't it come out around the same time DJ Hero did?
I don't know.
Did it?
Probably somewhere between 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Saints Row the Third, you guys.
Oh yeah, the
Saints Row 2.
best Saints Row the Third.
Saints Row the Third, man. Dude, okay, Shanae.
It was when they realized, hey, we're not GTA.
Yeah.
Let's just be goofy and have fun.
And
like
they
they became self-aware.
Dude, that fucking moment where you're about to crash that rooftop party and Kanye West's Power is
Yeah,
playing.
well, they had that in the trailer
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, I mean, the whole from the opening, skydiving and like shooting guys while you're
Oh
doing
my
it
god,
and
that
all
that first sequence is so.
yeah.
Oh.
Did you ever play Saints Row the Third, Shanae?
Yeah. I
Adding
did.
in the wrestling moves,
Yeah.
like
Dude, the idea of falling through the sky and you're holding someone in your arms and you're like, be right back, and you let go of them, and then you fucking dive through a plane, kill the guys on the way down, and then catch. Oh my god, that game. Is
and
so
like we've talked
goddamn cool.
about it before, where like Saints Row 4, I feel like they just thought, hey, we have to keep going with this and make it crazier and crazier and top ourselves.
And
it
they
was
went too far with
it just got dumb. Like Saints Row the
It
Third
went
was
too far.
the
Yeah.
perfect point.
Because when they added the superpowers and everything, it just
And
got
the
really stupid.
presidency.
No, that was actually
That was cool.
That was cool.
The Aerosmith thing was awesome.
The climbing the missile while don't want to miss a thing is playing.
Yeah.
That was actually really
Yeah.
great. But all the like the superpower shit, like
I'm hoping they bring it back with agents.
because they kind of trivialize the existence of cars.
Yeah,
and that
like you could drive cars, but there was no reason to
you
ever
just
drive
fucking
a car.
fly.
Yeah.
So like why?
So, we mentioned it in past podcasts, and it made me think of it, because we talked about, like, skydiving, parachuting. Just Cause 2.
Okay.
That is the last demo I remember being absolutely in love with, because that one was a true demo But like and it was
Yeah.
only like half hour, 45 minutes that you could play.
But that was the great thing about that generation. Is we got demos for almost everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
So
Now we get them sometimes, and it's usually a few months after the game's out.
Yeah.
one problem I had with the demos in that generation was Just Cause 2. I played the half hour, 45 minutes of like the parachuting and grappling hooking everything because that's what you do. That's how the game is played.
Right.
Once I bought it afterwards, like full retail price, I played like another 3 hours of it, and I was just like, oh, this isn't getting more fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel like that demo was misleading in a way of like my expectation of what the game should be. Because I'm thinking I'm getting a small sampling, and there'll be some more good stuff once I buy it. No, sir.
That was also the last generation that we really had mid-tier. You know, now we have mostly indie and AAA.
Yeah.
So I just want to give like a quick shout out to the 6s and 7s, like X-Men Origins Wolverine,
There you go.
Terminator Salvation, Dark Sector.
Yeah.
You know, like there were so many good Wanted. Like there were so many good, like pretty fun games
Yeah.
that we just don't get now.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's kind of cool because at this point, you know,
Too Human.
I never played it, but I remember there was a
Oh,
Two
yeah.
Human 2, and I thought that was a bad name.
Yeah.
dude, fucking Left 4 Dead, man.
Left 4 Dead, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I try
Oh,
not
of
to
course Left
throw
4
in
Dead.
too many PC games, but they do fall in that time period. Portal 2,
Yeah.
holy shit, the orange box.
Yeah.
Orange.
You know,
What's inside the orange box?
but Portal 2, god damn it, I love
That
that so
was-
much.
Only problem with that game at all
Nothing,
is
zero.
replaying it.
Not enough portals.
Is playing it, replaying it co-op with a friend.
No, I
and
love
you-
the co-op.
And you've already beaten everything, and they're trying to figure it out. And
I
you're
didn't.
trying to
You're
make-
like,
I didn't care because, like, so I beat the game, right? Then I played the co-op with my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Then we waited in anticipation for the co-op DLC.
Mm.
So good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagining Sinead, like, she'd already gone through Portal 2, and she's, like, waiting for her friends, like, come on, this fucking idiots, just figure it out.
Oh, it was more of like, where do I like say stuff to like give hints? Because I want them to enjoy it,
Sure.
and I want them to have fun with it. Especially people I was introducing to
But
Portal games.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead was great.
There's two games during the 7th generation that I really followed the development closely. One of them was Left 4 Dead. The other was The Force Unleashed.
Mm.
And
I just got Force Unleashed Part 2 for free.
Oh, yeah,
Force Unleashed was fun, but Left 4 Dead at the time, AI director?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We talked about how, like,
There's going to be enemies in different places every time I go through the level?
are you
That's
serious?
fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah.
that was so revolutionary at the time,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
And now it's like, well, it's kind of dumb. Like,
Yeah,
plenty of games can do that, you know? But,
but at the time, it was just something that was unheard of, and you know, it felt very much like that was adding a lot of replay value, and it does, especially when
it
you're
does.
when you're playing with.
Yeah.
when
You're still playing the same 4 or 5 levels,
Yeah,
you know?
especially when
and
you're,
people
like-
still play that game.
Yeah, when you're playing with your friends.
Yeah.
It was just a really fun experience, and you know, the way they did competitive multiplayer in that game was also really cool.
Shout out to Zombie Mode. Like, COD Zombies was born in that generation,
Yeah.
and like there are people still that buy COD for that.
Yeah, and that's I feel like that's why they're doing the Black Ops 3 zombie competition now.
Yeah, and
Um,
like, regardless of what you think about COD, like as a horde mode, it is better than most.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
First game that I followed in development with the 7th generation was Borderlands.
Oh shit.
Borderlands 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
I followed it for like.
So did you see the serious gritty trailers before they decided to make it a comedy?
I didn't watch them, but I read like articles with them.
Yeah.
I looked at what Gearbox had done before
Yeah.
and like how it was founded, and like I loved WoW, I
Mhm.
loved Blizzard. I was like, oh, these guys worked at Blizzard. Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
gonna love this. I loved Warcraft, and like I remember reading about it like months and months before. I've mentioned before, like Siren was originally supposed to be a dude, and they like
Right.
made it a girl, which is fine.
Sure.
Never
Never
and
seen
like
a dude siren before.
it was like a mad scientist kind of person.
I see.
So, and I loved the cell shading. It was so unique.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed like the first Borderlands, and I was hyped for it. And in my area, that nobody like at the time was like excited about it until like 6 months after it came out, and then everybody was buying it.
Yeah. And it also kind of we hadn't really seen the whole loot-driven RPG with guns before, right? And that was just a
Not
really
to like that extent.
right.
I feel
And
like, 'cause
you
I
know
mean,
the whole like billions of guns and things like that. That I mean that was
All-
such a cool concept.
the crude humor, a lot of people didn't like it because of how cartoony it was. Because like
Yeah.
a lot of people like, played shooters, were playing like Call of Duty or
Right.
Halo,
Right.
and even though Halo is not like like not the same as Call of Duty, it's still like it's less little kid.
Yeah.
Like most people like I knew that I had talked to and that were like shooter players, they all just thought it was too little kid baby and cartoon. But
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah, and one of the things that like, and that's cool, one of the cool things about Borderlands, especially Borderlands 2, is just I can always like Tom's burned out on Borderlands 2 already, but
Not Borderlands 2. I beat Borderlands 2 and enjoyed my time with it.
yeah,
The pre-sequel, like,
not
Borderlands has gotten to the point where I don't want any more unless there's some significant changes.
good. Sure. But man, the whole like my time with Borderlands, I can't remember a time where I just didn't have a good time with it.
Oh my God, Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I've been waiting.
Fucking
and I want to talk about that
fantastic.
and Super Street Fighter 4.
Holy shit! What a game, man!
Yeah.
What a fucking game.
Yeah.
I still play that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
And we had X-Men in it.
we had
We had fucking X-Men in it.
We
We,
had
had
a Wo-
Spider-Man.
we had
and
a, we had a
know,
Spider-Man, we had a Wolverine. We didn't have a Cyclops.
we're not gonna have
We
that
had
shit
Deadpool.
anymore.
Yeah, we had Deadpool.
Deadpool. Deadpool's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we had.
Wesker? Are you kidding me? Wesker in that game?
Yeah, you mean nothing to him.
Ryan and I talked recently. We talked a lot about like that game should have had Nightcrawler, so you could do Wesker versus Nightcrawler.
Yeah, because they could both teleport. You see.
Why am I blanking on the name of the giant robot?
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Way OP.
Yeah.
Horribly OP. Always.
Yeah.
God, they're gonna put him in this next one. I bet you.
X-23 was
I
it?
bet you.
He's not considered X-Man thing.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
There will probably be no Sentinel.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that.
And then Shanae, like my brain's been on this game all week because of you. The Skate series.
Yes.
Holy fuck, I love the Skate series, man.
Yeah.
You and I talk about like sports games, arcadey versus simulation, and I feel like that's Tony Hawk to skate,
Yeah.
And I can't wrap my head around like I want to be good at Fight Night, I want to be good at the NBA 2K games,
Yeah. Same.
but I can't do it. But with skate, I know about skateboarding and I can do it with skate,
Yeah.
and I fucking love it,
Yeah. Yeah. Fight Night's another one.
Yeah, phenomenal. I'm terrible at it, but
Like,
phenomenal.
I played a shitload of Fight Night Round 3, and just the whole using the analog stick to throw those punches, it felt natural.
Yeah.
And it might have been because I was following boxing a lot at the time.
It doesn't hurt, man. Let me tell you, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So, and it like when you can, because you were doing like the half circle to throw hooks.
Yeah.
And like when you were like doing it back and forth and
Yeah.
just like lighting both sides of his face. It was so great,
round 3, yeah. Speaking of games that pack a punch,
Uh-oh.
the Wii Punch Out, holy
I never got to
fuck,
play that.
was good.
I never got to play that.
So good, man. God, bring back Punch Out. Switch Punch Out, please. I don't need arms. Give me Punch Out.
They didn't do a Punch Out for Wii U.
No,
Huh.
No Punch Out for Wii U. No Metroid for Wii U.
Huh.
No F-Zero for Wii U. But yeah, give me that sweet Punch Out.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing that I felt like. I mean, so, motion controls have been around before the 7th generation.
Sure.
Yes.
But not to the extent that all three like major contenders are really putting that much like money and effort where everybody had something that was
Well,
motion controlled.
you see what had happened is people saw all that money that Nintendo was making, and they were like, well, let's do some of that too. Why not?
But I feel like 7th generation is gonna be remembered for motion.
Oh yeah, I mean, what else is there, right? Like,
I remember Sony. They still are all about that. They're not all about it.
they're
They-
still using the Move, the
Yeah.
same peripheral.
Well, what I was gonna say was the whole 6-axis thing.
6-axis I've never cared for.
I mean, I used it to throw some grenades and Uncharted once. and-
Accelerometers in controllers in general, I don't really care for, but the games that make me enjoy it I like it in Flower.
Yeah.
And I like it in Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
Like, and those are the two only games I really like it in. But yeah. But yeah, Sinead's absolutely right. If the 7th gen will be remembered for anything specific outside of the games that came with it, it will be motion controls.
Yeah.
And we've talked on this show, not in a long time, but we've talked about the Kinect and how, like, as a gaming device, I don't think it's very good, but it is used for so many other applications that gamers don't think about.
Yeah, like
It's used for security all over fucking Asia. Like, that's phenomenal.
it's used
And
at
the move's still used for VR,
Yeah.
It's used at like a bunch of children's museums.
Yeah.
Like the same technology.
Yeah.
Like the Kinect made an appearance in one of the Paranormal Activity movies as like as tracking a ghost. I mean, it became so common.
So it's a Ghostbuster, you see.
Yes, it's also a Ghostbuster.
But no,
You don't have to call anybody, it's
the
already
7th
there.
generation, Ryan, is my first introduction into one Major Nelson.
Oh, God damn it.
Because he was right on my Xbox, ready to talk to me. I didn't have to go to the IGNs or the GameSpots.
God damn
Good
it.
old Larry Herb just popped his face up and said, "Hey, what you doing? Let's talk about this HDMI cable."
Well, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to Larry Herb about shit. All right. I would keep that guy out of my video games.
So not everything from 7th Gen was great.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure not.
Yeah, but fuck that guy.
A game that was pretty early in 360, JRPG, that and of which 360 did not have many JRPGs.
No.
That I didn't know about. Well, I knew about, but I'd never seen in action until within the last couple of years. That Ryan bought, Blue Dragon.
Oh, you haven't played Blue Dragon?
I haven't played it. No, I've watched Ryan play it,
Yeah.
and
I
it
did
looks
the
it's phenomenal.
Played the
Looks
DS
phenomenal.
version.
Oh yeah.
Takes 3 HD DVDs
Yeah.
to contain that game.
Lost Odyssey took 4 or 5.
Yeah, like something like.
You
4
know
or
how
5,
many
yeah.
Blu-rays that would need?
1.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the only things PlayStation did right. And don't get me wrong, like I love PlayStation, but they really fucked up that
There's quite a few games with multiple discs.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, man.
I'm trying to think. 2009, 2010 area. Like, how many had multiple discs?
By the way, there's games like I'm not mentioning because I think people know our love for them, like Dead Space and things of that nature. Like people have heard us talk about Dead Space before.
But goddamn, I'm one of the
Oh,
few
you
people
talked
that
about
I'm one of
Extraction.
the few people that I know who loves all 3 Dead Space games.
Yeah, well, I've only played the first and Extraction.
And everybody talks shit about Dead Space 3, but let me tell you something. All right, so they try to ham fist you with the fucking co-op shit. Granted, it's kind of lame. But I think that as a single player experience, that game is still pretty goddamn solid.
Dude, Resident Evil 5,
yeah,
the
yeah.
DLC, the Mansion DLC, my favorite DLC of all time. And not to mention, like, people talk shit about Resident Evil 5 because they liked 4 better. Resident Evil 5 is Capcom's best-selling game ever.
Also, Chris is cool.
Yeah.
Sheva's dumb. Chris is cool though.
I don't know, man. I
Sheva's-
loved RE5.
Sheva's only dumb
Because her AI is
because
dumb.
her AI is dumb.
But
But she's fine on her own.
also, dude, Rage.
Dude, the fight with Wesker. Yeah, Rage. Oh my god. That's another one that people were like lukewarm on that you and I are just all about.
Yeah.
Rage. John Goodman,
Yeah.
the Doom bobblehead, like
John Goodman is. I remember the first time I played, I was like, "Holy shit, is that John Goodman?"
yeah.
And
Just so cool and like a fucking beautiful game.
Yeah.
That game still like burns my retinas when I look
Yeah.
at it, man.
And,
Like,
and also, the gunplay in that game is still fucking solid. It
oh,
feels tight.
dude,
It feels
controlling
good.
the little RC car thing
Oh
and
my
all
God,
that.
make
Holy
another
fuck.
Rage.
Dude, Rage is on
Holy
sale right now.
shit.
Rage is on sale on
$5
Humble right now.
goddamn dollars.
$5. You buy that shit, you play it.
Oh
Rage.
my God, Rage is so fucking good.
God
We should
damn
do.
it.
We should fucking do a Let's Play of Rage.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
We're
that game
gonna.
is so fucking good, man.
Full playthrough.
That game
Rage.
is so fucking good, man.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you can definitely see some like shades of Borderlands there.
Yeah.
But like, as far as immersion and visuals, like
Yeah.
Borderlands can't touch Rage.
Rage is so fucking. Sinead, did you ever play Rage?
Nope.
God damn, that game is so good.
God.
They should make
Oh.
another one.
I'm gonna do check it out on this, but El Shaddai.
I never played
Yeah.
that shit.
Holy shit! What an
Yeah.
underrated game.
What's going on with that?
It's just to beat 'em up. I mean, similar to something like a Devil May Cry or something like that, right? 3D, lot of punching and kicking and all that shit. But like, there's also a switch to 2D in some sections. But the visuals of El Shaddai, like I've never seen a game look like that before that game or since that game. Like it's just phenomenal.
You guys know I hate robots.
Yeah.
Specifically, I hate AI. So one of my favorite games of that generation is definitely Binary Domain.
Man, people are so hype on Binary Domain, and I just couldn't get into it.
I just love that
Like,
game.
because I think my big problem with Binary Domain was you could do call-outs to the people that you were with.
Yeah, and I didn't know
and it never worked well.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things too. Is
like
that
you just have to ignore it, I guess.
yeah, it's one of those games where typically in games that have that, I typically just don't use it because it never works right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Kane and Lynch.
Oh, you
Oh,
love Kane and Lynch.
Oh man, I love me some Kane and Lynch,
But
man.
It's not coming back, dude.
Kane Lynch started on the PS2 though.
No.
No,
What?
Nope.
Did they have a predecessor or something?
Nope.
no. Kane and Lynch 2 is also really cool, but I love Kane and Lynch.
Yeah.
I can't explain to you. I guess it's just the whole like flawed.
Yeah,
guy
it's the
protagonist.
old, gruff, fucking fucked up
Yeah.
old guy. It's
And
just
they were obviously not perfect. And I guess maybe I could relate to Kane because he's got a bald spot like me. But
Ryan, nobody on the internet can see that. Don't bring it up.
shit, my bad.
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, please do.
We won't.
Oh, but yeah, man, Kane and Lynch. I just love those
Oh,
games.
shit.
Like thematically speaking, I just think that they're great.
Shanae and I disagree on this,
Okay.
but I really loved Atari's Ghostbusters.
Mm.
Never played it.
The Atari published Ghostbusters game is a direct follow-up to Ghostbusters 2 with many of the same actors.
Was it written by Harold Ramis?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not positive.
Huh.
But he's in the game.
Huh.
I just really, like, as a Ghostbusters fan,
Yeah.
it is the only time I've liked a Ghostbusters game.
Sure.
And it was just, I loved it. I loved everything about it. PKE meter, ghost traps, like fucking everything's there.
So like
No ghost jobs there.
Yes. There are, in fact, ghost traps there. Yes, there is.
Ghost job. Ghost blow job.
Oh, my God.
So you get the whole you actually get to be a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, you get the firehouse. You got the fucking things from the previous movies are in the fucking firehouse. And you're not any of the 4 Ghostbusters.
You're a new Ghostbuster.
You're a new recruit, but
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. And there was 2 versions of that game, by the way. One of them was there's a PS3, PC, and 360 version, right?
Ah.
All the same version.
Ah.
And then there was a Wii PSP one that was not good.
You're talking about Sanctum of Slime? Is that the one?
No, Sanctum of
different
Slime was afterwards.
Okay. I
But the Atari Ghostbusters, man, I need to buy that again. I need it.
Tom, Shanae, do you guys have any affection for GTA 4?
I really like the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and the Damned. I think those are 2 of the better DLCs ever. Other than Minerva's Den or I was saying the Resident Evil DLC. Those are 2 really badass DLCs. They feel like whole games. They're as long as some full games.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have no attachment to that story or anything like that, or that city.
I tried playing Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 4. Actually trying to play them.
Yeah.
And I just
San Andreas added too much. I know a lot of people love it. It's a lot of people's favorite.
I could not like any
It's
of
actually
them.
my least favorite.
But I don't want to worry about being fat and all that shit. I don't want to worry about that shit. You know?
You play
Grand
games
Theft
to
Auto-
escape your worries.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is the first Grand Theft Auto game that I enjoyed.
Okay.
And that's because me and Berto and his roommates were playing. So I had people to play with.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
You played all the Franklin parts.
But I get
He's the lamest character, you see.
Yeah, he is.
well, I'm the lamest person.
All right, so it matches. Lines up.
I couldn't get into Red Dead Redemption. I couldn't get into any
Oh,
other Grand
man.
Theft
Dude,
Autos.
Undead Nightmare? One of the highest rated DLCs of all time?
You didn't
I
like
know-
Red Dead Redemption? What didn't you like about Red Dead Redemption?
I just never had fun playing the games.
Yeah.
I'd play it and I'd just
Not for everybody.
Yeah.
I'd be doing I can do so many tedious things and find them fun, but I have others that are just it feels like too much of a chore and I can't do it.
Sure.
Like Demon Souls, too much of
Oh,
a chore and
man.
patience. but like collecting every single thing in a Lego game where I have to play every level multiple
Oh
times.
fuck yes, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I can do
I'm
it.
all about it.
But I can't. Yeah, I just can't do. Like, there's just certain things that I just can't do. And like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was better because I felt like there was actually more of a story there than 3,
for
San
sure.
Andreas, or 4. And honestly, to this day, I've only met one person that can tell me the storyline to multiple Grand Theft Auto games, but also it doesn't come up often. Where I'm like, do you even know what they're about?
Yeah.
And I know the story is not what people play it for,
It's not.
but it's what I like. So,
Sure.
like, if it doesn't have it, why would I like it?
That's why you play a little open world game called Infamous.
You ever played Infamous?
Not Second Son though.
No, that game. No.
It's
I
a
mean,
good game. It's
I
not.
have played Infamous, and yeah.
Yeah.
I think I told you guys.
It's better
I
than
think-
Prototype.
I
I think
like
I told you guys
Prototype.
at the same. I played Infamous and Prototype at the same time.
Oh shit! A game that all three of us love, Dante's Inferno.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, man, that game's badass.
I mean, if you're gonna copy a game, copy one of the better games.
Yeah.
You know, like good God of War clone, excellent game.
There's like tongue,
Visceral was on fire.
there's
7th
tongue
gen.
Yeah.
there's tongue nipples.
Yeah.
There's also baby shoot out.
And since Shanae, I know you're into this, you beat the game and you're treated to a glimpse of Dante's dick.
Damn, give me some of that
also,
dick.
You also like the doors are like in the last one are like.
Yeah.
You're like fixated on that circle.
You really love that. Like
Yeah.
you're really into that.
Yeah.
I also just thought like the like when you're like inside of a like intestine or a stomach, right, in the gluttonous one.
Yeah.
If
And
you're
then-
watching or listening to this, go check out the behind the scenes mocap for Dante's Inferno
He's
and
gonna talk about
watch
the babies.
watch the little babies do the motion capture. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. You talk. He loves those.
I love
babies.
it. I love that they got babies,
Babies.
to do mocap for this creepy ass game.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dante's Inferno is a.
And like the
It's-
cutscenes, like that first scene where Beatrice is taken, still
And,
is
like,
like on par
the
with
ground is
Blizzard
shaking?
cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh
You know?
man.
He yells Beatrice a lot
Yeah.
in that game.
Yeah.
Heavy rain.
Oh fuck yes, David
Jason?
Cage. David Cage
Jason?
coming out party. And fuck what people said. I like Beyond Two Souls quite a bit.
I like Beyond Two Souls as
What do
well.
people say about Beyond Two Souls?
People are not fond of Beyond Two Souls. They say the fact that it is not played in order, like in chronological order, is confusing.
But people like
I do
Tarantino
not
films.
think that it's confusing at all. David
also-
Cage is a
it al-
master. Detroit is going to be mind blowing.
A lot
Get
of,
ready.
A lot of people also wrote off Beyond Two Souls because it came out around the same time as Last of Us did, and people were like, "Oh."
Well,
okay,
Ellen the
okay.
Page was causing a big stink about that, which was quite annoying.
Well,
but
I'm saying, but it did turn people off from the game.
yeah, no, yeah, Beyond Two
Made it a-
Souls,
Yeah, made it a fun thing to hate.
fun fucking game.
I never actually played it. And then because of the criticism, didn't they have an option for the re-release of like allowing you to play everything in
The
order?
PS4 re-release lets you play either way. I say
Yeah.
play it. Creator's intent. Play it the way it's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, there were so many fucking games in that gen, man.
I'm telling you, man, it's one of the best generations.
Like I can think like
And it feels like it's maybe it's because we remember it so clearly because it wasn't that long ago.
yeah.
But you know,
Well, I think that we
It
have
was
the
quite long.
we do have
it was a long ass generation. Yeah,
I feel like we also have the benefit of hindsight.
yeah.
And-
But like
And romanticizing.
but you know,
something.
like I look at like I go on Steam
Oh, yeah.
to buy games, and I'm looking at like new releases, and I'm like, yeah, that looks fun, but I really want to play this game that I've already fucking played 3 times. You know?
I felt that way with Bioshock for a long time.
Yeah, fuck yeah, BioShock.
Why
All
are we
three
talking
of
about
those
Bioshock,
games.
man? So
I liked Bioshock 2. I liked it a lot. People who didn't like it,
Minerva's Den is phenomenal. BioShock 2, I could take it or leave it, but Minerva's Den, one of the best DLCs ever made.
I thought it was an interesting idea. Maybe like execution wasn't 100%, but it was still
Yeah.
good. It was a good game. If Bioshock 1 didn't exist and this is what we were given,
No, you're right. It is just the least good BioShock. You
but
know?
it's still better than most.
Right. Yeah.
better than most Bioshocks. Did you play Bioshock Infinite?
Yes.
Okay.
Infinite was phenomenal.
A lot of racism in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not a lot of racism in the way that like Shadow Warrior
Yeah.
is racist.
Like for like shock value.
right,
and-
it's there
Yeah.
because it's part of the story.
yeah.
I think
Um,
I remember reading this
and it-
correctly, but there was like right after like Bioshock Infinite like posted some teaser stuff, like within like 2 weeks it feels like, or they sent out some concept art, like this girl made a fucking bitchin' ass Elizabeth cosplay. And then
I've seen it.
Did she
and
cut off her
It's
finger
pretty
to do it
fine.
too?
it's so good.
It's pretty
And
fine.
Is it?
that the people
Yeah.
who made the game contacted her and then like
And sued her.
I know and contracted her to go to events
Yeah.
as the character.
cool.
And so she made this awesome cosplay and then now is getting and then got
Her
paid
name
for
was
it.
Jessica Nagiri.
And
Joking,
that's how Jessica
joking.
Nagiri got famous for having talent and earning it.
And you know, such a sad story, the BioShock series, like, because like Ken Levine, you know, makes this from what was System Shock, because he can't make System Shock, right? He doesn't.
Right.
He can't do anything with that IP. And like, first one is praised. The second one does okay. Third one, just hundreds of Game of the Year awards. But the third one is what puts them under. You know, and that's
Crazy.
sad. That's fucking sad that that game was as successful as it was, but is what kind of ended that team.
Isn't it because they
You
like they
know.
spent a whole bunch of money like
Spent a lot of money and
like,
resources on multiplayer that
Right.
they didn't use.
Yeah. So
And I'm glad they didn't use it. Like, I talk all the time about how not every game needs multiplayer.
Sure.
And not every multiplayer game needs single player.
Mm.
And I'm glad they realized that, because multiplayer in BioShock 2 wasn't all that.
yeah.
But
I know that you said
We
you,
don't talk about that.
I know
part.
you said you don't want to talk about games that came out on PC too much, but I want to talk about how well Diablo 3 was executed on console.
yeah, absolutely.
The-
And Torchlight, for that matter. Torchlight came to 360
Yeah.
yeah.
quite well.
Just mapping that game to a controller and doing it in a way that makes it feel like super like just right.
I mean, if
know?
you ever played like the first Diablo on PlayStation 1, it does not feel good.
Yeah.
It is not a fun thing to play, you know. Diablo 3, they really took a lot of care, and they took time.
Yeah.
It didn't come out with the PC version. It came out way later.
Like it came out like 3 or 4 years later, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if it was quite that much, but I mean, a while afterwards.
Yeah.
And, you know, good on them. Good on them for doing that. I mean, same thing with like XCOM. XCOM's conversion to consoles was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, you're not missing anything by playing those versions.
Right.
Like, yes, you're missing like seasons and all that with Diablo, but like you're really not missing anything by playing the console versions of those games.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I feel like the PS3 definitely brought a lot of Atomi games. And the PSP especially too.
Oh yeah.
Brought a lot of Atomi games to the Western culture that like weren't as prominent. Like Hakuki was on PS2, and I can vaguely remember like one or two more, but like I don't know. I mean, it's also just because like it got popularity at this time too. But I know there was a couple other like whole compilations of the things that were scattered on like DS or PS2 or on your phone,
Sure.
and putting them all on the consoles there.
Sure. I mean, like Danganronpa, even though most people in the West played it starting on Vita, was originally released during that generation.
Yeah.
The
You know?
Danganronpa was on PSP.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Closing thoughts.
I love it. Play them all. This was like one giant check it out, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just check out the 7th generation of video games.
Check it out,
Just
guys.
go do that. All right, guys. This has been, as always, a fun conversation to have with you both. Hello, friends. My name is Ryan Robinson. With me, as always, are my friends Tom Shelby and Shanae Howard.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
It was a pleasure. See you next week, guys.